Republican Kevin McCarthy ousted as House Speaker today. The move triggered and quarterbacked by MAGA lawmaker Matt Gaetz. Some McCarthy allies reportedly reached out to Democrats, quote, begging them to vote for McCarthy. That clearly didn't happen. Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries huddling with fellow Democrats behind closed doors this morning. They emerged with a unified plan. Democrats would not save Kevin McCarthy. And after that meeting, the Progressive Caucus chair said this.
Let them wallow in their pigsty of incompetence. We are not voting in any way that would help save Speaker McCarthy. Nobody trusts Kevin McCarthy, and we are not saving Kevin McCarthy.
Making that pretty clear there, huh? Joining me now is Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. Congresswoman, it's a pleasure to have you here. I need to get your initial reaction to the ouster of Kevin McCarthy. Maybe a surprise, but maybe not, considering what the numbers were.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin has brought this onto himself. He keeps wanting to make history in all the wrong ways. And, you know, although this is not great for everything that we have to do, it is an example of what happens when you don't know how to keep your word. This is a place that is based traditionally on people being able to count on your word. There's no other assurances. And the fact that McCarthy has become known as chief liar, whether it is within his conference or within the Democrats, really sealed his fate today as he made history as the first person to lose his speakership in a short amount of time.
So are there any major concessions that you could see the Democrats being able to achieve while we go through this process of them trying to find a new speaker?
I mean, one thing that comes to mind is the fact that, you know, McCarthy took 15 votes for him to become speaker. We've now had a historic vote to oust him as speaker. Is he willing to come back and continue to see this humiliation of himself and his conference and continue to display the fact that their majority can't govern? So first, that's the question he should be asking himself and Republicans should be asking themselves. And then second, they should say, you know, here's someone else that we can coalesce around. Democrats, are you willing to work with us in doing A, B, and C? I just can't imagine us moving forward with McCarthy coming back. But again, he seems to really love getting humiliated. So we might see that.
In your caucus meeting that took place this morning, Democratic leaders reportedly played a soundbite of McCarthy accusing the Democrats of pushing for a government shutdown. Take a quick listen.
I wasn't sure it was going to pass. You want to know why? Because the Democrats tried to do everything they can not to let it pass. They did
Democrats were the ones who voted for this in a larger number than Republicans to keep the continuing resolution alive.
Did you watch the floor yesterday?
Oh, yes. Okay. 90 Republicans voted against it.
Talk about that moment when you and your colleagues are sitting there listening to Kevin McCarthy, who needs you, who needed you, your vote, your colleagues' votes to be able to keep his seat, trashing you all and lying about the fact that the Democrats were trying to actually achieve a government shutdown.
I mean, it became clear to us that leader Hakeem Jeffries has been freelancing as the speaker, because we know that the only way we dealt with the debt ceiling was for the Democrats to put up the vote and save the day. The only way we stopped the shutdown was for Democrats to put up the votes and save the day. The fact that this man really could go on TV and say, "Were you watching?" as if people were not actually watching, to see us rush to the floor to do everything that we can to vote yes on a CR, put up more votes than his own Republican conference, is, again, a testament, right? An example of the fact that he can't help himself but lie. And it was, you know, one of those things that helped coalesce our feelings as a caucus to say we have to be unified in joining Republicans who were sick of his lies, because we as well are sick of his lies as well.
Congressman Ilhan Omar, I have to let you go, but I did want to ask one quick question, and they're probably going to yell at me for taking the time, but I did want to ask, is there a concern at all, though, that Matt Gaetz ends up emboldened, feeling a little bit more empowered because he made this move? It was a power play. It worked to the extent that it achieved what he wanted in the immediate sense, but it really does harm Americans at large if things just can't get done in the House of Representatives.
Yeah, I mean, that is something that McCarthy did himself in January. He empowered Matt Gaetz and other Republicans to be able to bring this day upon the institution and the American people. We've got 45 days before another shutdown. We're going to have a speaker fight. God knows how long that might last. And this is all because of Kevin McCarthy. And I hope that the American people realize that the Democrats had nothing to do with creating this rule that allows for a single person to vacate the chair. That was McCarthy. That was the Republican conference. That was the majority that made this decision. And this is a decision that we now have to live with and figure out a way forward. But it is going to be the majority that is going to be responsible in finding a path out of this mess that they created themselves.